Sounds like a shit state. We are. Welcome to News and Nonsense in the Evening. I'm Auntie AK, aka aka Auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with.
I'm Farrah, your resident Caribbean queen.
I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
And we are here to bring you news and nonsense, all the news our way, because the world is literally in the handbasket that's going to hell in if we're not already in hell. And we've dug through all the news of the week to give you our take on it to help you separate the wheat from the chaff, the sap from the crap. You need to know. You need to know. But before we start, guys, what do we need to do, please?
Please, people, everybody inside the different chats as well, please like the video, even if you are watching on mobile view. And mobile view is in the title. So if you want to watch us on your TV screens, go to the other link, which is also there, which doesn't have mobile view on there. And you can join in the chat from either as well.
And
also, please sign up for our membership. It is £1.99. If you have not already done so, please do so kindly. Thank you very much. If you want to really get involved in stuff, then it is £4.99. Either way, it's dirt cheap. Come on, help an auntie.
Helping auntie.
Helping auntie out.
Helping auntie out. Now, who's in the chat? Who's with us this evening? Who joined us this evening?
Hey, all right. So in the chat inside, we have Sora and bright and early. Hello, Sora. We have Yvonne with us as well. We have Cher in the house as well. They're having a little chat. We have Lufa Rose in the house as well. We have Slice of Dizzle in the house. We have Rochelle in the house as well. And hello to everybody over on Instagram. If you want to get involved in the conversation, please do come over to YouTube. That'd be great.
Come on over. Come on, join us.
Come in the name of.
Stop there.
I mean, I could call people to worship if they want. It's Sunday after all. Guys, it is Sunday. Please tithe your aunties. Thank you very much. Help us keep the lights on.
Yes, we're in a new space and it's expensive. So please help us.
I'm getting
help an auntie.
Help an auntie. Look, it's crazy. I don't know what's happening. Luther, Rosie, 1456-1 or something, whatever, says, please unpack Bouncer and ZZ Mills. We did that. I think we've done 2 episodes of them now. So we shan't, but please watch back our 2 episodes where we kind of covered it. I don't know if there's any updates that you want to cover, Nana. I suppose ZZ has said that she's feeling unsafe now because people are stopping.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we've done 2. I think we just... have we spoken about it before? I thought it was just
news and nonsense. We did it on News and Nonsense, and then we did it on with Marvin this episode.
Okay. Yeah.
If there's more, but I mean, the fact that ZZ's feeling threatened and uncomfortable, which is starting to get silly now.
Mm-hmm. Precisely what we said could happen. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see if he takes heed. I mean, he's going in on Lin May now, so.
And the thing is, and I think we had said that as much as we have gone in on Lin May because of the things that she said. So I don't know where the line can be drawn, because who knows what action people might take on the back of us highlighting the things that she says. So I don't want to be self-righteous, but there comes a moment when, what are you saying? Why are you saying it? And what's your intention behind it? And if you're just highlighting it and asking for them and calling attention in a way that they could get into trouble or get beaten or get stopped in the street or bullied, then it starts to push over into that bullying dangerous territory. But I don't know where the line is, because it could, like I said, anything we've said against Lin May, or even us going in on Kemi Badenoch, we go hard on Kemi Badenoch, and though she says things that we disagree with, we don't take any prisoners to going in on.
I don't think it's the same. So I would say that the differences are us talking about Lin May or us doing an enemy of progress is directly due to like a correlation. Either they've done a video, they've done a tweet. We don't really go into your personal life and what we could have heard in the rumor mill, which is kind of what Bouncer can do when he's going in on somebody and also threatening them with like, if you don't apologize, I'm going to expose you.
That part.
Yeah, that is bullying. Those are the different parts are. And I think when women talk on other women, it doesn't seem to escalate in the same way as when men talk on a woman. It's like it shifts something. All of a sudden, it's like other men feel emboldened to attack that woman as well, which generally doesn't really happen when a woman says something. So I think there's just differences in the follow through, and also our platform isn't as big as his is. Well, so it's just like influence scape. I think those are the differences. I don't think anything we say is going to do anything to Kemi Badenoch in any way, shape, or form.
What did he say about Lin May?
He has said that basically he was saying that she chat shit a lot. She talks down on the community. As far as he knows, she's never been a musician or been involved in the music business. So why is she talking on rappers all the time? And just because she's been successful, instead of berating people for being broke, maybe you should actually put out some materials and share how you became successful and give people the blueprint instead of shitting on poor folk.
Okay.
I mean,
I agree with everything he said.
Me too. That's a bit different from going in on someone's personal stuff.
Yeah.
That's about where they stand and in, you know, what they're promoting, as opposed to their personal lives, which I think is wrong if you're going to start going in on that. Because even with Kemi Badenoch, as you said, Nana, it's always in relation to something that she has done or something she has said. We don't talk about her family. We don't talk about her children. We don't bring that stuff up.
I think I might have said, you know, I feel sorry for her kids having a mum like that. I think I've said something along the lines of that in our commentary. So I'm just wondering what the draws, and though our platform is small, and that's not to say we'll stop, because Lin May says some heinous stuff. Kemi Badenoch says ridiculous stuff, and anyone that talks shit on the black community, we will go in. They will be in the enemy of progress section. It's just, and to be fair, you cannot control. I guess playing a little bit of devil's advocate, you can't control how the public reacts to what you're saying, because we could be literally generally having a normal conversation, enemy of progress, breaking down some politics, and someone decides, well, the auntie said this, and now I've got the information, I'm going to take it and go and spit at someone in the street because I saw
my caveat all the time. At the
start. My caveat today. I actually forgot my caveat.
Here you are. You say it now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I actually forgot all that bit. Guys, I forgot my favorite bit. Just to remember, these are our opinions. We are not experts. This is the ultimate cool aunties WhatsApp group. If you want actuals and factuals, please ask TLC, Google, or phone a friend. Any links that we share are for you to do your own research and come up with your own conclusions. We are not responsible. We're not encouraging you. The only thing we do encourage you to do is enlighten yourself and educate yourself. That is the most important thing you can do on the back of anything you watch and hear here in this space. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Please and thanks.
Yes.
You know, just use your own brains as well.
Yes.
You know, you've got that matter for a reason. Use your critical thinking and don't go and attack anybody in any way, shape, or form. Like, you don't need to go up to strangers on road and talk about egging anyone. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's just stupid at that point. And aunties will tell you that you're actually being stupid. Actually stupid.
And you were in the enemy bin.
Yeah, and then you'll be in the enemy bin. Like, no one should be going up to ZZ Mills. No one should go up to anybody. Don't even go up to Lin May, because you don't have to go up to them. Your physical presence is not needed. You can voice your opinion however you want to, and just be mindful of what you're saying or how you're saying it. I think so that's that on go on ZZ. I'm getting feedback. I might have to go and come back. Do you want to get some comments? Let me see if I can come out, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, all right. I will start with Slicer Dazzle says, Lin May said, if you've been broke for the last 5 years in the UK, then you're basically useless. Sora says he knew his subscribers were undercover when he said what he said. He knew how far the backlash could go by speaking about somebody else than Shadeborough. I agree with that. Will Smith says, once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in, especially when you have a male following. I love that. I love that saying.
That's a good one. I think I'm going to use it.
Yes.
I'm going to use it.
I'm using that one. Slicer says, Bouncer's numbers seem to be rising up, though.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's because he's a positive force though. His numbers are going up all the time. It's a hard one with Bouncer because then he did a really good analysis yesterday on Grassfields and their funding structures and black business and the traps that you can fall into, which is I kind of wanted us to have that discussion about black business as well, speaking about Plant Made and the trappings that you can fall into with a black business that's rising and funding different structures and everything else. He did a really good summary on it. It was really well done, just working out your numbers, not getting loans from, they're basically sharks, but they don't present themselves as loan sharks. And so you can't ever pay them back and then you get into debt. And Grassfield's debts was like 2.2 million. I didn't even know it was that high. And then Plant Made's is 1.5 million. It's crazy. So wow. he does good work as well. So, you know.
And I think it's that thing where you know what you need to get your numbers up. If you're a smart kind of marketing business person, you know you need a bit of salaciousness to get people. That's what Chaka Bars does quite well. He'll put up some ratchet post and the next bit will be like, yeah, did you know that there's 1 million people dying in Sudan? And then you're just like locked into this kind of gift and the curse. But then that's where then sometimes what Bouncer's doing and calling out the shade bar, there's a fine line between him becoming his own version of the shade bar, because what he's doing is certain people. And that was my problem from the jump when this started to cross my radar. It's like he can't talk after a certain point. Yes, he can have a bee in his bonnet about something, and he has every right to kind of out people for, especially if they made him feel suicidal. But actually, if you go on a journey of healing and redemption, you don't need to take someone down. You don't need to do that karmic get. You will be at peace with the journey that you're on. So, yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, next story. I don't know if you just see it. I literally just saw this. 21 people have been arrested after police and public attacked with fireworks in Birmingham. A bonfire night chaos erupted in Birmingham as fireworks were launched at police and the public, leading to 21 arrests, including 4 teenagers. West Midlands police said the arrests made in the Dale End and Staniforth Street areas were on suspicion of violent disorder, assaulting a police officer, breach of the peace, and firing fireworks in a public place. It's just wild. I don't know who's from Birmingham, who's been to Birmingham. Do you not know what's going on in Birmingham? Are the kids angry? Are there no youth clubs? What's happening? I need to get the video up because
I have been to Birmingham a few times. I mean, the last thing we heard about Birmingham was that it was full of rubbish. Because
strikes. I think the strikes are still happening as well.
I don't know. I mean, youths are always a little bit disgruntled. I feel like I did actually see this popping off with the fireworks there. I think I saw some images of it. I didn't know it was that bad. It went on for that long. I had no idea.
Look, have a look. that stuff. And my main thing is, what if you saw your child, your family member, your child doing that? What would you do? And part of me is like, think of me being a child. I would have absolutely had the most fun, which is not good. I'm not advocating. I can't. You're on mute, Nance.
There was nothing fun about that. Like I remember when we were in school, them doing the fireworks safety thing, and
Yes.
it was always like about burns and standing away. And one year, I think maybe I was in fourth. So what's that? That's like year 4 or 5, and somebody actually got burned.
Oh, did
So I've
they?
always been like, fireworks. When people are mad with fireworks, I don't understand it. I'm like, it's literally like a mini bomb. Like it's.
Yeah.
If I was even a police officer, I'm not getting involved in that shit. I'm sorry, you guys do
Oh,
your
definitely not.
not getting injured by people running around doing fireworks. Like that's crazy. I don't get. I'm baffled. I'm baffled. Literally, I'm like, that wasn't even a riot though. They were literally just popping off.
Yeah, yeah. But it's going to sound, because it looks like drama. The headlines are going to make it look like war and riots. They're just actually kids taking the piss, taking the piss. But no, I was scared of them. But I know me as a young child out on the streets, I would have been somewhere there. I can't lie. I wouldn't be in the mix of people. Like, oh my god, they're so stupid, but I'll still be watching with my crew. Like, oh my god, guys, stop it, and laughing and running. I would.
There was somewhere that they cancelled the fireworks because of that potentially happening. So
really? Where?
Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that happened in Birmingham.
Where were they cancelling? What did they cancel?
Cancelled the fireworks display because of this potentially happening. I can't remember which area it was, but I heard that. So
they don't even do. They don't do campaigns anymore, because we had, like you said, that we're growing up. There were so many campaigns, from just say no to stop, look, and listen when you're crossing the road, to don't be careful at on fireworks night, and all that stuff. Are there campaigns? I don't know for young people.
I don't know of it, but maybe they're safer now. I don't know, because it's not definitely isn't as prevalent as it was when we were growing up about the dangers of fireworks. I don't know if it's because they put age restrictions on it. I'm not sure, but I know a lot of work went into making fireworks more safe. So who knows?
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Round here though, because of there's the fireworks shops that open up, like big shops.
Oh yeah.
It's full of young people in there. And just maybe on Wednesday, Akai was telling me how in Peckham somebody got shot in a Morley's or one of the chicken shops with a firework, and they closed it all off. Like obviously he's at the theatre there, and it's like they closed off the whole road because somebody had, and he was saying that's a thing now. So he is really just, like you watch people's hands, because it's like they are doing this thing of like firing fireworks, like the mini. He said they're like 50, and they kind of like are mini swirl shooters, and so people do that at each other. Like, wow.
Kids are so dumb. Kids are so dumb.
But
yeah, and so yeah, just moving on. I just saw that. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Moving on, Rachel Reeves considers 20% tax on wealthy Britons leaving the UK. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is reportedly weighing up a settling up charge that would impose a 20% tax on business assets owned by people moving abroad, a policy expected to raise $2 billion and bring the UK in line with most G7 nations. The proposed tax. Sorry.
I said, what did we say? Soon they're not going to let you leave freely.
Mm-hmm. There's always a thing. You can say that it's about the rich, the very rich, but they've been going and gone for time, and you let them get away with not paying taxes. So who are you coming to tax now? So bricks with tip. Hold on, let me yes. Well, the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, guys, this is coming now. Here we go. Sorry for the delay.
Reeves is considering a 20% tax for UK residents on assets if they decide to leave the UK. Think about it. Relocating, investing, or retiring elsewhere could trigger the UK government coming for 1/5 of everything you've made so far. I mean, we get taxed on income, we get taxed on savings, we get taxed on spending, we get taxed when we die. Now we're going to get taxed when we leave. Now, I know there's some of you, right, that's going to think, well, this policy is in place to stop billionaires dodging tax. Well, I've got news for you. That isn't who these policies hit. It's everyday professionals, families, entrepreneurs that have built something and want to try something new. I mean, it's unfortunate that the UK currently has a financial hole to fill, but they're turning to the people that always get squeezed, the productive ones. The people who save, build, invest, and most importantly, I think, create jobs for others, right? And when these people then decide to leave, instead of making things more attractive, they're just going to penalize them to leave. Personally, I think that the root problem isn't being tackled. They're not asking why people want to leave. Instead, we're just penalizing them. And that doesn't help the scenario. Right now, we're seeing mobility being punished and ambition being taxed. And I don't think that that attracts growth in any way. And look, it's not a secret that since the pandemic, it's made people hyper aware to the fact that, you know what, I don't need to be in the same country as my office. Or sometimes people are trapped abroad and were forced to work abroad and they haven't come back since then. Haven't come back to their home country, whether that's the UK or somewhere else. So people are becoming a lot more mobile where they're choosing to work from, run their business from, and retire, and so on and so forth. And well, based on conversations, it seems like the time for UK residents potentially taking advantage of that without penalty may be over. Make sure you hit the follow button to find out how this unfolds, because I will be covering more of it.
So it's a proposal at the moment, definitely not going through. I partially agree with him. I think we've gone over this so many times. They were always, we knew that they were probably going to have something where they were going to try and go for the upper middle class. This is what they're going to go for. And you're not going to go for the super rich again. And I agree with him. It does feel like, well, people that have managed to invest a little bit and have like maybe 1 or 2 properties here, you're penalizing them and you're not going over the oligarchs that own flipping buildings over here. Like you're not really doing that shit. You're going for the normal, like it's really simple. Just tax wealth. That's it. Not work, wealth. It's such a simple thing, but you're still gonna fuddy-duddy around it.
Yeah, and that 10 billions that you're going to save for the UK, that we never, of all the cuts that they make of all the years and all the savings that they talk about we're going to save, we never see one red penny of it being recycled in to say, do you know what? The NHS is saved now because all the money we cut because we did this to you lot. Now you can see the benefits, the fruits of our labor. Now you can understand. Because I think people would be less mad if we could actually see, oh, the roads are clean. Oh, my block is tidy. Oh, I don't have to wait 10 years to get fucking mold out my flat. Because the money that you lot keep talking about every year, we've saved this much because we did this to you lot. There's never any, there's not, I don't know any, I can't remember a time when I've seen absolute evidence that the money's been put back into the country. So that's all false narrative.
Yep.
Okay, let's get some comments. Okay, I will. Let's see. Oh, everyone's correcting. So
Michelle said,
go on.
Okay, Michelle says, aunties, did you see the latest news on the useless HMRC stopping child benefits for those that went on holiday and they thought they had left the country?
No, I didn't see that story.
What? I didn't see that.
It's so wild. Yeah, it's so crazy. They're things. I think I'm just reading more into the story. The proposed tax would apply to assets such as company shares when individuals relocate overseas, closing a loophole that currently allows some to avoid UK capital gains tax once they leave. The Treasury sources said that the plan is one of several measures being considered for the 26th November budget, but confirmed that no final decision has been made. Research Director James Smith from the Resolution Foundation said the move would target those moving to low tax jurisdictions, ensuring they pay tax on any asset gains before departure. And experts are saying that announcing the policy too far in advance could trigger capital flight as wealthy individuals rush to leave before the tax takes effect. The measure could be paired with a reciprocal policy exempting tax on investment gains made before moving to the UK, a move designed to make the system fair and symmetrical and potentially attract new investors.
They know that isn't even how it goes, but maybe, let's say smaller people like you or I decide, okay, we're going to go and we're going to sell up as well. Are you going to be really taxing the people, because it's generally bigger companies now that are buying up places. Are you going to be taxing those folks? And I think even if you are, 20% of one of their investments isn't that crazy, actually. When you're dealing with proper conglomerates, it's not that mad. So I don't know. We just got to live.
The thing is, but it's back to, I just think of what I'm saying. If you're going to do that and it's going to make a difference, but also, why are you taxing people to leave? Like, if you want to leave. What's a, it's a free country, in quotes, so you say. How dare you tell me that I got to pay you to leave? Like, what, are you fucking crazy? But that's like,
you die. You got to pay for everything.
Exactly. But just
I'm not even surprised, because as much as they talk about they want their country, watch all of us leave. This is like, okay, right now it's not set for that, but what is to stop them from changing the law to make it that anybody that leaves, you're going to have to pay this tax if you've got some sort of assets? And the whole point of like us repatriating ourselves to our home islands or countries or whatever it might be is so that we can build and do things there that we can't afford to do here. Next thing, they're taxing us. Okay.
Exactly. We'll see how it goes. This feedback is killing me. Okay, it's just my side. It's my side. 3 members of America's most inbred family have vanished after being taken into state care. This story, I don't even know. I think I've heard of Whitaker family, but I'm not paying attention to this. This is above my pay grade. 3 members of Whitaker family, once dubbed America's most inbred family, have reportedly disappeared from their home in Odd, West Virginia. I didn't even know there's a place called Odd. After being taken into custody, according to the Daily Mail. So the Whitakers gained notoriety after a 2020 documentary revealed their lives in extreme poverty and isolation, highlighting the physical and mental challenges caused by generations of intermarriage. I'm going to play 2 videos. I'm going to play one.
Because we need the people to see the family tree.
Yeah.
Another video that's got the family tree. So give me a sec, lads and ladettes. But this is a wild one, I swear. All right. Let's go.
Most inbred family has been torn apart as 3 of the adults have been removed from the home and put into state care. Apparently, this family, the Whitakers, shot to fame in 2020 when there was a documentary about their lives. Now, the modern day Whitakers actually stemmed from 2 first cousins who married, and then that bloodline continued when 2 twin brothers both had children who then married each other and had 15 kids. These 15 people have lived in the same house. The house is said to be dilapidated, got rundown vehicles, trash, ornaments all over. There's a few of the family members at this house who definitely have some physical and verbal disabilities. They can only communicate via barks or grunts. Now, this is 73-year-old Betty Whitaker. This is her brother, Larry. Both of them say that they have been left in the dark about the 3 family members that were taken from the home. They swear that they were taken because of all of the rumors and everything being put on social media. However, this family has racked up a slew of charges. The extreme conditions of the home, as well as those members' disabilities, is what led to them being taken into adult protective care. America's most inbred family has been torn apart.
I can't. So this is a bit more detail on it. Let's see how far we get into it.
20.
So
Mark
quite
posted a video.
Yeah. This is the video talking about them, because I thought we understood that Soft White Underbelly a bit problematic. So this video is about
on his channel, Soft White Underbelly, that brought instant attention to this family deep inside rural West Virginia. The Whitakers and their poverty-stricken conditions won the hearts of so many across the nation, for he showed the humanity of this family. From the outside, they could seem strange and mysterious with their nonverbal members like Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy, but when we get to view them up close, we came to realize, yeah, they're poor, yeah, they're messy, but they care for each other, and each of them have their own personalities and contributions to the family. Take Betty, for example. She's the matriarch of the group, keeping them all fed and clothed and taken care of. Then there's Ray and Timmy. They may not speak, but they're big bowls of sunshine and put a smile on your face whenever you see them, and you begin to realize that they can communicate quite effectively in their own ways. Most of the information I got from Mark and his videos, so all credit goes to him, including some of the stills I'll be using in this presentation. But in this video, along with my additional genealogical research, I managed to piece together the family history of the Whitakers and create this family tree so we can see where they came from and reveal where each of these family members sit within their clan. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here on
I don't know who this is.
during their voyage, the parents died. Baby Joseph was now an orphan. We don't know
Oh, this is the whole thing
and
about who
John
they
are
are.
the ones we
Crazy.
want
He
to
went
focus
in
on.
deep.
Both were born in
This is like, look, this is like eight. They started. They've got a Zobadiah. Like, of course they do. They've started in like the 1705, like 1850, 35.
1882. John married Ada
Twins, they're
Riggs
the
and
twins.
Henry married another girl, Sarah Burton. Then each of the twin boys and their wives had a family of their own. And it's these two families that come together again with Betty and her siblings. Henry and Sarah's
Was it?
fifth
Because
child
what they're
was
not
John
saying is
Emery
Ada,
Whitaker in
Ada
1913,
was already Ada was
and
already a
John
relative.
and Ada's
Sorry, go on.
Ada was already a relative.
Where's
So
Ada
the-
on this chart?
Ada, so if you go where the green is,
Yeah.
go to the box on the right hand side.
Oh,
That's
Ada.
Ada.
Yes.
Ada was already related to them.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's like it's not just like the twins had siblings, had children, and those siblings got together.
No.
Ada was a cousin somehow.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So it looks
yeah.
like look. Mary
Yeah.
married Samuel, who had Macy, and Ada, who I don't even understand. But then the twins happened, and
Yeah.
then now we're here with Gracie and John.
sixth child was Gracie Irene Whitaker in 1920. Both were paternal first cousins, sharing the same grandparents, Thomas and Elizabeth, but
Yeah.
also second cousins sharing the same great-grandparents, James and Lucy. According to Larry, their dad John was a coal miner and could be mean sometimes and give a spanking when they got in trouble. He would walk to work every day and people would give him rides coming home. He got hurt in the mines one time and it messed up his back. According to Betty, their mom was rough on the girls. She wouldn't even let them go on dates. When their mom, Gracie, was 44, she got sick. She had heart trouble and cancer, so she had difficulty standing. And this is when Betty began to take on more responsibilities at home, after school, and take care of the others. She promised her mom she would never get married and always look after her siblings. John and Gracie brought their family genes back together with their 15 children. The ones that I dropped down got married. Eileen Violet died when she was 60. She was a homemaker and died from a heart attack, but she did have a son, Frankie, and 2 grandchildren when she passed in 1997. Then there's Emery Whitaker. He died 3 months old from pneumonia. Barbara died when she was 68. She was a homemaker and member of the Baptist.
Okay.
Mary Madeline is next. She died at 10 months old. And then there's John Wade, born in 1950 and died this year.
Okay.
His brothers and sisters, but ran out of money.
So
Yeah, if you watch the doc that was going around, I remember in 2020 when it was like doing the rounds, and there's not too many of them that even are second cousins. It's generally first cousins, like on either side, but they're all cousins anyway, all siblings. So even if you were to do, well, this is a cousin of a cousin, it's still your cousin because they were, along the way, there were siblings that got together.
Yeah.
So lots of them had the same grandparents. It was the same people. And then the defects that they were displaying, and then they're so poor that they can't even pay for healthcare anyway. It's the maddest situation. I'm surprised. And also lots of them had ended up in prison for various different things as well, the ones that could talk. And they were picked on and criminalized. The family had gone through a lot. So it's it's concerning that you could just take 3 members away and the others don't know where they are. Because I kind of feel like just leave them to do what they're doing, innit? Like they've been there for hundreds of years, let them do their thing.
I think they said that the ones that they took, they had severe health problems, and because the house is so dilapidated and they're, as you said, they're quite poor, that they took them, they say, for their own safety and to give them care. But it's just the wildest story I've ever heard. Like,
It's,
they're giving the royal family a run for their money.
but what's actually crazy is the fact that I wonder, well, is it crazy that they're, even the way that guy who set up his videos, like, they're just nice people. And I hear just leave them to it. Do you leave them to it? Like, do you leave them to it? Like, there's a whole lot, inbreeding causes so much disabilities. Are they happy? I mean, because obviously you're happy with your lot because you just make do, but should they be left to make do? And should we be like, well, they're just a love, we just warm to them, they're lovely, and they can communicate with.
It's dangerous if they've got kids there. That's what I think.
Yeah.
If they see that inbreeding, their family has been inbred for the last hundreds of years, couple hundred years, right? And if that's normal to them, what are they doing? I'm not saying they're pedophiles, but what are they doing to the children? Like, what does that mean?
And if there's that removal of boundaries, where, well, I know I'm going to marry you anyway, so I can just take you when you're younger. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there of that? Do they wait?
Exactly. But then it's also, we know that they've obviously got disabilities, and that's because their genes are so close together. How much longer does that continue? That's not to say that the 16 or the 15 or whatever, it didn't look like they were inbred, but do we know that for sure?
Right.
I think it's dangerous.
No, it is. But then that means, why have they been left to continue? Like, because if it's meant to be illegal, why are they allowed to continue? And do we bring race into it? Could a black family exist like this without services intervening? Because social services like to intervene on black people, on black parents, for the slightest anything, if when they're really trying to be about their racism. So how did this family, how are they allowed to exist, being known? And the fact that people are saying, oh, it's a shame because this is a generational family, it's like they're talking about it like this is a history lost if this family gets split up. But why do you want to understand this history? It's not even, not saying it's an excuse, but they aren't even noble characters. They're not like, it's not even like they're the Ford family, and like they've got generation of making cars. And so
you can trace our family back to the beginning of time. Does it make it right what they're doing?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
That's the part. Like, is that the history that
a couple of them don't talk, they bark.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was a few. And even the rungs that are talking, they weren't the sharpest tool. Like, the matriarch was probably the sharpest person. That's why the mum was like, look, you got to flipping look after all of these people. Because I think she had smarts about her. But generally, it was a docile set of people. Like, it's, I don't know. But they've been allowed to be there. It's their land. I don't know. I feel like that's how they want to live. Like, that's them. And they own the land. Their house is theirs. I feel like they should be left to their own devices.
If they're not hurting anyone.
But they are. They're hurting people. They are. If they continue to breed ancestrally, they are hurting people. Because that means that their children that they're going to have are going to be disabled. Yes. Because that line is already disabled. So what happens with the next one? They are hurting people. Might be their own people, but they're still hurting people.
And I guess because look at those
it's not right.
The babies that died, rest their souls.
Mm-hmm.
What do they die from? Like,
exactly
all of that. So that's the part where like, yeah.
It's so deep. You had twin brothers. Their children married each other. Now they already share very close DNA because they're twins.
Yeah. And what happens? Do the kids go to school? Are they kept home because of?
No, I don't think many of them go to school. That wasn't. It's not their way generally, unless you leave. So a lot of them that have a little bit of smarts about them and manage to marry, they do try and leave as well.
Yeah, because like trying to escape like a community, a commune, or something like that. I mean, yeah, I don't know about being left to my own devices, left to their own devices in that respect. I don't know if that's fair. Because are they living? Oh, I don't know. Because they're like, no, yeah. Once children are involved, it's long. You can't. But I just love to understand why authorities have left them be. Because what loophole are they looping that this? Because this is meant to be illegal. I've gone back to it's meant to be illegal.
But they're cousins, so it's not illegal to marry cousins.
Oh, is that
No.
it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Miscellaneous Mimi says, with all due respect, the South Asian community do the same thing.
Look, I mean, the white community does the same thing, like the upper echelons, I guess. So,
As I said, and I quote, the royal family.
yeah.
Go and look at the royal family's DNA and the history of them before they started getting new people like Diana, because they knew that their blood was getting a little bit dicey.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at their family tree.
Yeah.
It all ends with the same Queen Victoria and Albert. And even before that, Queen Victoria and Albert were cousins too.
It's like it's a thing. Charlie, I don't know.
Yeah, the cousin thing is lots of different communities do it as well, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's when kids get involved, let's leave it out. I don't know what happens there.
Yeah.
All right, so council has made a U-turn after woman was fined £150 for pouring coffee down a drain in Richmond. Sorry, the South West London Council has cancelled the fine. She had this woman said she what's her name? Yes, Yurt said she was stopped by 3 enforcement officers near Richmond Station after emptying a small amount of coffee from her reusable cup before boarding a bus to work. And the officers fined her under Section 33 of the Environmental Protection Act, which makes it illegal to dispose of waste, including liquids, in a way that could pollute water or land. I just wanted to check. The only clip I could find was a BBC clip on Instagram or like a YouTube clip. Can we play it or we can't play it?
BBC News.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to just stay away from it.
Oh, we can't. So I can't play a video because that's the only clip that was available on BBC.
See, the thing is, I get it. I do get it because I have to deal with caterers coming on site, and one of the things that we tell them is you cannot dispose of waste down the drains because that is for runoff water only. So I get it, and you as the you as the company or whoever it is can be fined if it's found to be going into that drain. So I get it. It doesn't make it. I'm not saying that they couldn't have used their discretion because it was a very minimal amount, which at the end of the day wouldn't have really contaminated everything. But it depends how strict they're being, because as I said, I actually get it.
Oh, I did not know that at all, because I definitely. It usually is water though, but sometimes you may just have a bottle of something and you're like, this is a little bit. Or you a coffee or a tea and it's the last bits and you are traveling. I would discard that. I wouldn't. I thought that was the sensible thing to do. Honestly, I thought you could use drains like that. No idea.
Let me see what this video says. It's the first one I found. Let's see.
It's actually illegal to pour even a little bit of your drink down a street drain. Well, a woman in London just found out the hard way when she was fined $150 for doing exactly that. Burcu Yasiliut says she poured the last bit of her coffee down the drain as her bus was pulling up, just to avoid spilling it. Moments later, 3 enforcement officers stopped her and said what she did was against the law under Section 33 of the Environmental Protection Act 1990. That law makes it an offence to dispose of anything in a way that could pollute land or water. And yes, that includes liquids going into street drains. Clearly, not many people know this is even illegal. Maybe some signs near bus stops or bins would help people avoid mistakes like this. A spokesperson from Richmond Council said they're committed to keeping the streets clean and protecting local waterways, and that anyone who feels they've been fined unfairly can appeal. So what do you think?
I mean, that's what they've repealed it now. They've obviously, I think there was I think they were for the backlash as well. And I think as when the woman was speaking, she's like, "We'll make it clear, make it." I don't think I've seen a sign apart from no fly tipping, don't dump your waste here, don't litter. But I've not seen do not pour your drink down the drain, because I would think that would be the thing to do.
I think most people aren't aware of it. I'm aware of it because I work in operations and facilities, so I'm aware of it. But I don't think most people are.
No, there should be signs, especially. It doesn't even have to be everywhere, but definitely at bus stops, because there usually is a drain there as well. Like, you just wouldn't think that was a thing, but we should all be taught these stuff as well. If that's against the law, we should be told what we should be doing to be foul of the law.
Because if they don't, then it's like you're just trying to get me and get more money out of me from the council to go into council coffers, and then I can't freaking get things fixed in my flat. It goes back to me. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, don't try and find me to line up your coffers.
I don't know if it's that though, because in all honesty, again, like talking about pollution of the water systems, it isn't. Again, the coffee is a very small amount if you're talking about like what damage it's actually going to do. But if we're talking about somebody who goes and empties like a Bowser down a drain or something like that, or like even putting grease, even putting your oil, your used oil down drains and stuff like that, that is pollution. You're not supposed to do that. So I understand why they say these things, and it isn't always about lining their pockets. It is a real risk of things. If you put the wrong sort of stuff down drains, that will cause a massive problem. So I think they did.
No, I think we agree. It just needs signposting.
Yeah, definitely.
Know this, or a little campaign of some kind, like run it in schools. Teach us during whatever it is. Like, teach us these things so that everybody knows. Actually, don't do that. I think we all know now about oil, definitely, and most restaurants know. Well, sometimes you see them doing dodgy shit, but most people commercially will know what not to do. But normal folk, you don't tell.
That's what I mean. That's why I said I understand if you guys don't know. I know because what I have to do.
And also, I think businesses that deal with liquids or that are, considered risk, whatever, even if it's like just hot water or something like that, they will have that information. Business that deals with some sort of liquid that needs to be disposed of. So what they could do, because also she said that she was.
Yeah, they would have. Businesses would be aware of this because they have to do their risk assessments and all of their health and stuff. Yeah. So they would be aware of it. It's the common person who's just going about day to day. So those guys would be.
So that's what I was going to say. That she said that she was advised that to put it in. She should have put it in the bin. My first thing is like putting liquid in the bin, especially now you've got those recycle and then general waste bins, but the hole is quite small. So to try and put a cup of drink in there, first of all, that makes them glossy because bins are already glossy anyway. We don't have the open bins anymore. We have those small slots. So actually, if that be the case, fucking make a liquid disposal. And I don't know if that's going to be, because then you're going to have someone to empty it out, but do something where people can pour into something or something like that and then throw it away or something.
Yeah, you'll find in a lot of companies now, like in a lot of buildings, like we've definitely got the liquid bins, and we used to have them at BBC as well. Like you pour the liquid into a compartment in the bin, and then you put your lid in one compartment, and you put the cup in another compartment. So maybe it's an idea for them to have more of those around some places like that people are probably going to be pouring their stuff down the drains. It's expensive. They're doing everything.
Yeah, I've never seen a liquid bin, so that's a good idea. So I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, they do.
Nonsense. Anyway, that incensed me. All right, moving on. Ghana has finally granted kente cloth national protection as a cultural treasure.
Yay!
Yay! It's got geographical indication, which is a GI status, securing its place as a protected national symbol and ending the sale of counterfeit factory printed under the kente. We've long been saying that's something my mum's complained about for many, many, many years. And finally, apparently, it's happening.
Big cultural win for Ghana as kente clothes, the nation's iconic fabric, now has official legal protection. Ghana has secured legal ownership of kente through a geographical indication, GI, meaning only clothes woven in traditional Ghanaian communities can be legally called kente. This puts kente in the same class as champagne from France or Darjeeling tea from India, heritage products tied to their place of origin. It is Ghana saying, if it's not from here, it is not authentic. For years, fake kente prints made overseas flooded the market, But this new law means only genuine Ghana woven fabric can carry the Kente name. That means more recognition, more profit, and more power for local artisans and weavers. According to Ghana's Registrar General and WIPO, this move helps preserve cultural heritage while opening global trade doors for local weavers. Future plans even include QR codes to trace authentic kente straight to its origin village. So the next time you wear a kente, know it is more than fabric. It is protected history woven by Ghana. Do you think more African countries should protect their heritage this way? Drop your thoughts.
Okay.
The AI as well. The AI videos are everywhere.
Probably. But anyway, yes.
It's great news. It's important. I do remember, I feel like this was pushed forward because somebody else tried to actually like cement Ghana, like a private company tried to trademark it at one point as well.
Oh,
So
I remember that.
great for the country.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, somebody tried to do it. Everybody should do it because almost it's not even just countries, most societies, clans, ethnicities, they have their own forms of like cloths and woven materials. It should all be protected, definitely. But I'm glad it's done now. Well done, Ghana. Ghana.
And leading, just tying into that, also Egypt has recovered 36 ancient artifacts from the United States, including a mummy mask. So it's successfully repatriated 36 artifacts and rare manuscripts as part of ongoing efforts to reclaim its stolen heritage. I've got no video. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism confirmed that the recovered items were returned in 3 separate batches, with some confiscated by the New York Attorney's Office and others voluntarily handed over by the Met Museum of Art. The first batch included 11 artifacts as a mummy mask of a young man, a vessel depicting the god Bez, and a limestone funerary stela. The second contained 24 Coptic and Syriac manuscripts, while the third featured a painted limestone relief from the 18th dynasty. Egypt's foreign ministry has since transferred the artifacts to the Supreme Council of Antiquities for restoration before their display at the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square. The repatriation follows a 2021 memorandum of understanding between Egypt and the US aimed at combating the trafficking of cultural property. Egyptian officials hailed the recovery as proof of the country's unwavering commitment to preserving its heritage and highlighted continued cooperation with US institutions. So do you believe this is a turning point for the global restoration of looted heritage, or just a symbolic victory in a long fight for cultural justice? What say you guys?
Well, Egypt just opened the biggest museum in the world, the biggest archaeological. How do you say it?
Archaeological.
That thing there.
Yeah,
they just opened it, and I'm dying to go to it because me and my sister want to take the kids to Egypt at some point next year. So they are calling for all of their artifacts around the world to be returned, because this rhetoric that they, and we've talked about it here, that the countries that these stolen artifacts are from cannot protect and preserve the artifacts with themselves. Because in this museum, they have displayed things that they have found to make additional things. But obviously, there's a whole bunch of things across the globe that are sitting in someone else's museum. So they're trying to get it all back. I think that they should. I think that all the countries that have things across the globe should. And I feel like with Egypt doing this and people returning things, hopefully that will open the floodgates for it to happen across other countries.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I hope so. They all need to return everybody's shit, because you go to Rome and it's literally just full of Egyptian stuff, and it's like, you have to dismantle all of the bits and create your own artifacts. You can't like have basically Egypt in Rome. It's out of order. So I'm glad that America, I wonder what, this is a thing, whenever they do these trades, you've done a deal on something. It's never for nothing. So hopefully it's not to the detriment of Egyptians, whatever they're swapped over.
Yeah. It's exactly that part.
So the other Egyptian artifacts across the world, the Rosetta Stone is in the British Museum.
Yeah.
The Denver Zodiac is in the Louvre. The sarcophagus of Seti is in the St. John Sloane's Museum in London.
Mm-hmm.
the British Museum holds over 100,000 Egyptian and Sudanese artifacts. Over 100,000.
And you want to tax us for leaving this country, you wankers.
Right?
Like,
Or do funding balls during flipping Black History Month.
exactly.
The absolute cheek of it all, like they take the piss. This country's wild.
100%. Moving on. Wale Soyinka, the Nigerian Nobel laureate, says the United States has revoked his visa and barred him from entering the country, claiming he received a notice from the US consulate asking him to submit his passport for cancellation. So Soyinka is aged 91, and he reports he was banned after being informed that a new unspecified information had come to light, calling the notice a curious love letter from an embassy. Let me get the video up. Like, 91 years old, leave him alone, no?
No, he's not the only one, though. It's a certified attack.
Of course.
The acclaimed playwright, author, and poet, the first African to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. You teach at NYU Abu Dhabi. You're not in the United States, and looks like you can't come here because the Trump administration has revoked your visa. Can you start off by responding to President Trump saying that they're going to strike Nigeria guns blazing?
Could you repeat what Trump was alleged to have said? I missed the latter part.
Trump said in a social media quote that he could attack Nigeria guns blazing to save Christians in Nigeria. Interestingly, Professor Soyinka, you were raised as a Christian, and now you've been denied your visa. Can you respond to him saying he's cutting off aid to Nigeria and could strike Nigeria?
Yes, guns blazing, and the word vicious, I think, even appeared in either that statement or another. That
Yes.
the war will be vicious, etc., etc. Let me begin by just stating my conviction that we must separate the problems which Nigeria has and has had for decades, separate that from President Trump's recent response. The Christian Islam, or Islam versus the rest, or even Christianity versus the rest, that kind of dichotomy has existed, as I said, for quite a few decades. It's escalated, it's become truly horrendous in many aspects since politics got mixed up with religious differences. In other words, when religious differences began to be invoked as a means of political power and even social and economic powers, we've had unquestionably the issue of impunity. In other words, if we identify, for instance, certain extreme groups in one religion, and the perpetrators of these horrors get away with it openly. And I'm going to illustrate. There was a girl, a student, who was brutally lynched, really savage and dehumanized before being killed. I wrote a play about it. I was so exercised by it. I wrote a play which was produced, in fact, in my department in Abu Dhabi. And the allegation was that she blasphemed against the Prophet Muhammad, which she did not, by the way. I mean, that's proven. Right, it's bad enough. It's excruciating enough. But when it is followed by the perpetrators who were charged to court, who were eventually acquitted, or at least the charges dismissed, when it gets to the level where such perpetrators go on internet displaying a box of matches and saying, I quote, "There's the box of matches with which I killed. I was the one who set fire to her." and nothing happens to them, and they walk free. Now, it is those kinds of incidents which escalates in popular perception that there is a brutal war going on between Christians and Muslims. Whereas in truth, we're dealing with extremists. We're dealing with political Islamists, known sometimes as ISWAP across West Africa or Boko Haram within Nigeria. These are the real enemies of society, not Islam as such, not followers of Islam, the Muslims as such. It's the political Islamists, extremists, the psychopaths. Unfortunately, they've allied with similar movements outside Nigeria, and so they have a steady supply of arms. I mean, they carry arms so sophisticated that sometimes the military cannot subdue them.
Okay, I didn't know all of that, and I don't know enough about the different political groups and how they're being motivated and how. I make the assumption that they're being used politically, but I didn't know all the different groups and what's happening in Nigeria and other countries. Did you guys know?
Yeah. No, I did. And I watched somebody else going into what was taking place in Nigeria a little bit more, leaving Islam and Christianity to one side and being like, actually, when you look into it, it's different clans again. So very similarly to Sudan, to Somalia, to Eritrea, like what's going like, it's the same type of things. It's clans that are fighting against each other or have formed into like terrorist gangs, but it's easy for Western media to then be like, oh, they're against the Christians, when you take away the historical identity of who is fighting and what they are fighting for and what has been done to them. Doesn't negate the hell that they are raising on certain communities, but again, you know that British colonial powers have been involved in these unsettlements as well. Wherever they're fighting, the flipping Brits have been there before. And Trump coming along and threatening this kind of to destabilize Nigeria. I think it was Charmaine that broke down the advances that Nigeria had made within the last 15 years to, in some capacities, being debt-free. And again, there is always a threat from the West when you're being self-sufficient that they are going to come and destabilize your country. So, you know, for the man who was talking about I'm the peace president and I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, to flipping a week later, we will rain terror on Nigeria. Like it's like, come on, dude.
So let's not forget that there are lots of Christians in Gaza and he hasn't given a shit about them.
He don't care about Christians.
He don't even go to church.
He was seen holding the Bible upside down.
Upside down. This is an overview of what's happening, what Trump has said, by the way, for those who don't know.
In breaking news, President Trump is threatening to halt all financial aid and put his military on standby for a possible action against Nigeria. Making a podium address on his Truth Social platform, he gave the African nation an ultimatum. He called on it to stop the alleged killing of Christians or face dire consequences.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
The Trump administration named Nigeria last week on a list of countries it says is violating religious freedom. Nigeria's government rejected the accusation, claiming it is misinformation based on faulty data. An Inter-Society report released in August states more than 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria in 2025.
well, I was just going to say, what's interesting about this as well, like even in the last bit that he says about them violating religious freedoms, is he not violating religious freedoms every time he points his finger at Islam, at Muslims? Is he not violating religious freedoms? Why is it okay for him to talk about that? Why is it okay for him to talk? And the thing I want people to understand, when he's talking about Christians, he don't mean white people. He don't mean, he makes it out like it's black people. I mean, sorry, like it's just Christians. But know that the people he's talking to in his country don't think that they're white, don't think that they're black people. They think that they're white. Because this whole thing about being Christian versus Muslim, the image that he's creating, they're good people. They're good people. So what? There are no good Muslims. Of course there are. Like it's literally ridiculous. He's trying to pit one religion against the other for his own benefit. That's it. Calling them terrorists. Why are you always calling Muslim people terrorists? Why?
It's ridiculous. It is actually ridiculous.
Just say you want the people's oil.
Exactly. Yeah, basically. Just quickly, and just to add on, because I didn't get to it last week as an enemy or the week before. Nicki Minaj is also very happy with Trump.
Save our great Christian population around the world. Then we do have Nicki Minaj, who actually quote tweeted that post from President Trump, saying, "Reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror, and it's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer."
Now the thing is about
Ambassador Mike Waltz.
So many things about Nicki Minaj's statement, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Christians aren't persecuted in the world. Of course they are, but they're not the most persecuted religion. They just aren't. It's just not true.
I don't know where Nicki is a curious one.
Yeah,
I feel like Nicki's getting a bag, isn't she? And Trump recently used one of her tracks as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and remember, it weren't too long ago, it was all out there that Nicki needed to go on tour because she hasn't really been making money, and people are stealing from her. Yeah, it feels like Nicki's got a bag. It's very interesting. I don't know what's going on with her, because I was listening to her live the other day. She goes live on Spaces, basically talks to herself for like 2 hours. Crazy. It was, I don't know, she was high. Or I don't know what was going on, but the woman was just chatting. I'm like, nah, she's not all there. I don't know what's going on with her. But
she's not giving Kanye. It's giving Kanye.
Yeah,
Nicki is giving Kanye. She literally is. And like, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else.
While you're thinking, Kevin says, Andy, do you think Nicki is just trolling for PR? And you could be cheating because she's a queen of trolling and getting attention when she wants to drop something. But this is not, don't play. If it's just that, and I believe she's getting a bag. But if it's like she's just trying to use it for marketing, don't play with this. Don't be one of the biggest black superstars in the world coming to praise Donald Trump for speaking recklessly on Nigeria when you probably have, you definitely have a massive Nigerian fan base, 100%. Whereas in the diaspora back home, how dare you? Without even doing your research, because I know she's on this kind of, she's bringing God into everything. Even when she was trying to beef with Cardi B, she's bringing God into it. So maybe she's on that again. Go on.
The thing is, and this is what I don't like when people try to use their Christianity to talk nonsense.
Yeah,
that's not very Christian.
No.
Not. If you actually read the Bible and you listen to what Jesus said and you go to church and hear what they're saying, all of this hatred that you're spewing against people is not Christian. It isn't. It's actually the epitome of the opposite of Christianity. It just is. So stop using it because you think it's this magic word that's going to let you get away with talking shit and being derogatory about people. It isn't.
And also, like, there's nothing, I say in quotes, nothing wrong with speaking about, if you're a passionate Christian or you're passionate about, or if you're a religious person and you feel there's some injustices done to your religion in the name of whatever, you can speak on it, but please be informed, because actually the source of Trump's outburst is apparently one random segment on Fox News. That's what I saw. I also haven't done my full research to check that out. But that's what I saw as the source material. He just saw something on Fox when he's scrolling through or watching Fox randomly, and they hyperbole to the max. We know they skew their narrative. Donald Trump knows that Fox's narrative is skewed. So as the president of the free world, as you're known as, you should at least do some investigation. And that's what Sinkia was saying. He was going into like, this is what's going on. But what the West are jumping on and Trump is jumping on is nothing to do with actually what's going on back in Nigeria. So Nicki Minaj, on top of that, shut the fuck up and do some research. Do some actual research before you speak out. It's so dangerous what you're doing. Don't hide behind your religion, because I won't even look at you as the poster child of Christianity. I know Christian.
I didn't even know she was.
Well, she
I did not know that she was a Christian at all. I didn't know that was even a part of her rhetoric. Well, all the artists, when they accept an award, they're all like, God, thank you, da, da, da. But as I am a Christian and I'm out here for the Christians, Nicki Minaj is not somebody I would put on the poster as that was where she was afflicted. But I don't know. Something's going on with her. And yes, it really does remind me of early days Kanye, where you go through the spate of truth teller to troll to mental health issues. And you know, just that is a part how they work you and the stress that you're under as an artist, and who she may be funding, looking after your family, all of these things is pressure. But she isn't all there. At this moment in time, the woman ain't there. She ain't there.
Agreed.
No, she's not, and she shouldn't speak. And her Barbs need to lift her up, because your queen's not doing well. All right, the Maldives has become the first country to ban smoking for anyone born after 2006. So it's banned smoking and the purchase of tobacco products for anyone after 2006, becoming the first country in the world to enforce a permanent generational smoking ban. I know how they're going to enforce it, but
I don't get it. So
let's go.
19-year-olds are not allowed to smoke.
Anyone, born after 2006.
Maldives has outlawed the purchase and use of tobacco by anyone born after January 2007, becoming the only country to successfully pass a generational ban on tobacco products. And tourists won't be exempt. Anyone visiting the country born after the cutoff won't be able to buy or smoke cigarettes either. Professor Coral Gardner is the director of the NHMRC Center of Research Excellence on Achieving the Tobacco Endgame at the University of Queensland, and joins me now. Coral, good to have you with us today. Firstly, what do you make of such a policy? Do you believe it will stop an entire generation of Maldivians from taking up smoking to begin with, and just continuing not to smoke throughout their lifetimes?
So this is a policy that's been under consideration by a few countries previously, and even in Australia we have had also attempts to bring in this policy in some states. So Tasmania actually was looking at bringing in this policy a few years ago. It didn't get up, but it does show that there's quite some interest in it. But the Maldives are definitely the first country to implement it on a whole national basis.
Yes, do you believe it is more or less easy for the Maldives to enforce this law in a country with a very small population, 500,000, but spread across a lot of islands, but with one main island? Do you believe it's achievable?
Yeah, so on its own, it may not be enough to get them there to, really support people to quit smoking and to stop people from taking it up. So the country really should be looking at bringing in a range of measures. So New Zealand was the other country that was looking at bringing this in on a national basis. And they were bringing it in as a package of measures. So there was the tobacco-free generation policy, which this one is, as well as reducing the number of retailers that are selling tobacco products. And that really helps to secure the supply chain. And also the other policy that New Zealand was going to bring in was a very low nicotine content standard for tobacco products, which would make cigarettes far less addictive and easier to stop using. So it's that range of those measures, as well as increased quit support and community action grants were also going to be given out in New Zealand that really would have propelled that country much faster towards a tobacco endgame, which is where we see smoking reduced very rapidly to very low levels. But I think this is a really important step, because at least it gives retailers and it gives the population that signal that this product product is on its way out. It's not going to be around forever. And it's the government giving those retailers and the population that time to start thinking about that and to adjust to that.
Yes, and then
what do you lot think? How? As much as I hate cigarettes, as you lot know very much, but how? How do you think this?
You explained it. I think it totally makes sense that you have to do the two measures together. You'd have to reduce where it's sold, how many places you could get it from, and you reduce that until it's like people. It's a dying population. They are dead, and there's a whole load of people who aren't even really seeing people smoking in that way. Now, obviously, tobacco as itself is medicinal. So there's always going to be people that will find them smoking tobacco. Like that's going to happen. But in the form of cigarettes, I can see how they could do that over time. But with an old enough population as well. I didn't know that it was only like 500,000. I thought there was more of them than that. But that's quite interesting.
It is. And I'm saying how I was just thinking, people will find another thing, and I wonder what their views are on. I don't know the Maldives rules, and I don't know its overarching religion as well when it comes to alcohol and drugs and things like that. Like, what if you remove one vice? Because we've all been raised in a world where we need vices to survive. That's always been a thing. You either pick up a cigarette, you have a drink, you take drugs. Those are the things that are in our face all the time, that if you're stressed or you're doing something, in the worst case scenario, you're going to pick up something to lean on, a narcotic or a drug or whatever. So what will be the thing, and how are they planning to remove everything? Are they phasing out everything? I mean, I'm assuming drugs are illegal. And again, like I said, I don't know the religious makeup of Maldives. If alcohol's available in that, are they going to do the same to alcohol if it's not a religious country that's bound by alcohol rules? So it's interesting. Go on.
I think the reason why people are focusing on smoking cigarettes particularly is because it causes cancer, which is why over the many years they've done all these rules about cigarettes. Like now, you can't go into a shop here and see cigarettes on display. It's all hidden. The cigarettes are not branded anymore. Cigarettes, they can't advertise them anymore. Like, I think all these things are a step in the right direction because it causes cancer. Whereas drinking, it's not that it doesn't cause anything, but that's it. It's not on the same level of cigarettes. So I think the only way to do it is to do it, as Nana said, and as they said in the report, is to make sure that they're doing it along with something else. If you're just saying that people from this particular age can't smoke, they're always going to find some way or somehow to smoke. But if it's like not readily available, then it will die out.
No, it's interesting. Yeah, I like the idea. It's just interesting, like how it would really, really work. I have no faith in humans to stick to them.
Yeah, I suppose there's countries that like you said, there's countries that you can't drink it.
Yeah. Where it's hot, it's bloody hard to drink in Morocco. It's really hard. Like, you've got in tourist areas, they're always going to market alcohol, and so you're going to be able to get a drink. But it's not easy to get alcohol there.
Yeah,
and somebody has to tell you where you can go and get it. So it's easy to do, and there are lots of other societies where that is standard. There isn't alcohol and not cigarettes, and there isn't drugs in that way available to them. Right? So it's actually, there's probably more societies like that than us in the West. There's all of the vices. There are more places that they don't have the same way. My sister was just saying about vapes, and that is a real vapes came along. We can all remember when they started coming into shops. Remove them. Yeah, it's more dangerous. It's causing problems on the NHS already. It's like, we actually don't need them in this country. You don't need, and especially the amount of kids that are taking up vaping. Remove that shit. Why are they all colourful and look pretty?
Yeah, exactly. And sweet, all the flavours and stuff like that. That's rampant. So many people I know have turned to vapes when they say, okay, it's better. It was marketed as better than cigarettes, and now they
know that.
And also,
they don't really know the dangers of it yet as well. But they have banned disposable vapes, one-time use vapes. They've banned that. It'd be interesting to see how many people have actually stopped vaping because you have to go and purchase a
Sister also says that alcohol is the worst drug of all, worse than all the things. That's what they say. It kills the most, and all that stuff. So that's the study. So it's interesting that alcohol, apart from, as you said, the countries that it's not even a part of their culture or anything, and it's banned or you can't get it. It's not easily accessible. But generally in the West, alcohol is allowed free reign more than. We don't have it hidden. We don't have like the ill.
I think the thing about alcohol is, and I'll go back to what I was saying. I think it's because the focus is on what cigarettes cause, cancer. You can get, from smoking, you can get cancer. From being around people that smoke, you can have secondhand smoke. You can catch it that way. I think the appearance of alcohol doesn't seem as dangerous, quite like so outwardly, as cigarettes do. That's not to say that you can't die from it and it's not dangerous and it's not killing people. It's not to say that, but I think that's what it is. It's the focus of how these things appear.
Interesting. I'd like. Well, I don't know. Well, yes. I was going to say something. I totally forgot about this. I can't remember. Someone else said, "So you're okay with taking away people's right to smoke?" Interesting. I hate cigarettes, so
I said they will find a way. Like tobacco is out there. People have smoked various different things. Cigarettes are just a product. Like this is a product that there are people that have lived longer than the package form of cigarettes that are out here. Like it can be removed. Sometimes industries are created that will kill more people and will make loads of people rich, and you can phase it out and bring something else.
Yeah.
Really, it's not about people's rights to smoke or not. Really, it's a product that makes run its course.
And they knew for decades that cigarettes were actually killing people, and they just hid it because it was profitable. That's not. They knew this, so maybe that should not be the thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's just removed. Yeah, I'm literally just about to say alcohol does kill way more people than cigarettes. It's the various forms that alcohol kills people. Health-wise,
one at a time.
No. Alcohol kills more people health-wise for people that drink it, not literally just alcoholics, but then it's the effects that it has on you when you are drinking. So the car accidents, the malpractices with people that are drinking while they're like working on other humans. The effects of alcohol on our society is nothing compared to cigarettes. But alcohol makes so many people money.
Yeah,
I don't see them removing it from our society. It would be us, the people, the consumers, to be like, we are no longer consuming that substance.
Yeah. And I think again, it's the outward appearance of what alcohol does. It took a lot, even if you look at cigarettes, it took a long time for them to actually show you the dangers of cigarette smoking. Cigarettes, they used to tell you cigarettes will make you feel better. Have a cigarette. It was like in every single film, everyone was smoking. In every single advert, people were smoking. They had pregnant people smoking. It's the outward appearance of it that is different to alcohol. And that is not to say that alcohol is not normal. It's just at the moment, cigarettes, that's what they're focusing on.
Steve, that isn't the truth. Cigarettes do not kill people more than alcohol. It's out there. Just look at literal car accident rates with how many people have died through alcohol being a play in a car accident. It's loads. It's like, it's not the same.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we know that cigarettes cause cancer and cigarettes kill for sure. And that's why the campaigns are out there. But it is exactly that. The reason why there's not as heavily campaign and awareness about alcohol in the way that it should be. It should be on a par with cigarettes, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not because it's too lucrative for those involved. It is what it is. Just
it is, because eventually, I mean, even now, like you can't, like there's they don't advertise alcohol in football matches and stuff like that anymore. Like if you look at who the sponsors were for all of these things, and it was alcohol companies. Those are the biggest sponsors. They're not allowed to do that shit anymore.
That was wild. That was a wild time. I mean, even that you used to be able to, they drink so much, but you could drink heavily at a game as well. There are so many parts of society that run on the kind of thing of drinking loads. And actually, if they really did break down how that affects people's bodies, it wouldn't even be the same as alcohol, like as cigarettes. There would be so many different ways you could point out that somebody is suffering this way because of their alcohol intake. It's like, it's not the same.
It's not. But then, guys, it is what they're both dangerous. But we also know that, as we just said, the money is follow the money. I wanted to go to, let's see. The government shutdown is still in effect. It's getting to the point where now planes are not flying in America, and people are starving, or about to starve, or about to go very, very hungry. It's just a whole shit show. I had something from last week, so there's a little bit of a.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't understand what you said.
The government shutdown in America.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't hear that bit.
Oh, sorry.
Not you. I just didn't hear that bit. I heard like planes are not, and then you said.
Oh yeah, basically, I just saw things like planes are not flying because everything is shutting down all the kind of federal internal departments and stuff like that. And just to get an update about what's going on, Jasmine Crockett was talking about it. I just kind of like what she said. This was last week, so it's now in its 6th week of government shutdown with no sign of resolution between Democrats and Republicans. Millions of Americans are being affected as food aid runs out, military families face missed paychecks, and energy assistance is frozen ahead of winter. And as I said, they're reducing flights to the point where loads of flights have been grounded because they've got no one in air traffic control. And obviously that will cause a lot of danger. So I just want to play what Jasmine's talking about. 1 second. So actually, did you guys see Mehdi, what's his surname? Mehdi Hasan. Yeah, he was on the Breakfast Club, and him and Charlemagne were going back to back, toe to toe on whether or not, because Charlemagne was like, let the Democrats just concede and let's figure it out afterwards, so that we can let they can let the Republicans cause all this damage. And then when it comes to voting in 2028 or whenever their next voting thing is, that's when they can say, look, this is what the Republicans did. But Mehdi was like, no, let's not do that. For once in their life, let Democrats stand on business and let Republicans figure it out. Because every time it's always asking the Democrats to be the bigger people to, and then the Republicans get away with continuing to hurt the American people. So I don't know what your stance is on that. Because I'm with Mehdi, like, for once and for all, it's not every day trying to save the people in that way. You've got to put your foot down, otherwise they're going to keep taking the piss. And this is why the Republicans keep taking the piss. What do you think?
No, I agree. I was really annoyed at Charlemagne really trying to go in on the Democrats and being like, stop this, like what you're doing is really irresponsible. And I was like, no, okay, he's been got as well. We suspected that he's been got for a little while, but he's definitely been got. No, they need to stand on business. Absolutely. Like that's why you're doing it. It's for the betterment of 40 million people who rely on this. Like, you can't just be like, okay, we're gonna sack them off, and then you've got Trump coming along today being like, yeah, and so I'm gonna be sending out £2,000 checks to everybody because of the tariffs. Don't be swayed by this bullshit. No, you have to stand on it. But that's easy for me to say from over here, who isn't relying on a federal check for anything. But and that's, as it stands, I would love a rebellion to take place over here for various things as well. So
I think that's the thing with me. Like, I was annoyed of Charlemagne, and I didn't know if he'd been got per se, because it's sometimes when because he criticizes Democrats to like balls up and tits up and like get like man up and be stronger and stop that when they go low, we go high, go low and gutter. He's always saying you guys got to take
precisely. That's what he was saying.
That exactly. So, but then as you said, us over here can maybe possibly have it easy in what we're saying, because if he is emotionally disturbed, like if he's hearing from people like, look, we are not going to eat, I can't feed my family of how many children, I'm not going to be able to get to work because of this, that, and the other. And so hearing the stories of people and just ride it out, that's also a thing, because he's also coming from a privileged position, and Mehdi's coming from a privileged position, saying, no, it doesn't matter, let's go, because we need it to change. So it's that two sides of a protest, isn't it? It's what happens. It's those like for the, it's a hard one. But anyway, here's a bit of conversation of what. Okay, Damon. Jasmine Crockett was talking about.
Pertains to the government shutdown. What's significant about November 1st? Let the roomies know what's happening and what is going to continue happening. What will things get worse, in your opinion, on November 1st?
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine like this. The best way that I can describe this is imagine that you had a bill that came due and you don't pay that bill on the due date. And basically you get your cutoff notice, right? That's essentially where we are, right? So we were supposed to have our appropriations done by September 30th. We didn't get it done, but everything didn't just like automatically shut down on that day. It's kind of been gradual. Well, now, as it relates to SNAP benefits, as it relates to WIC, that runs out. In addition to, and it runs out to the extent that whatever was there is theoretically gone, but there are emergency dollars that can be tapped into specifically for SNAP, and he's decided not to tap into them. In addition to that, we really end up hitting like a really sore spot by the time you get to 30 days, because there are certain people, for instance, my staff and myself, we get paid once a month. So within the federal government, you have people that get paid every 2 weeks. You have people that get paid twice a month. And then you have people that get paid once a month. So now we're going to end up with a whole other string of people that are about to miss their checks, and they're about to miss an entire month's worth of pay. So now people will potentially start to say, I just can't do this, because you may lose your job if you go and work somewhere else. That's another thing people don't understand. We're in a shutdown. They make people work without getting paid, but you also can lose your job if you end up taking up other jobs, even though this one is not paying you at the moment.
So travel and things of that nature is going to be affected, because I just traveled back from Atlanta. Me and Zach both did. We traveled back and it was crazy. Hartsfield is already crazy as it is, but they were saying that things are slowing down because a lot of the government workers are saying, I'm cool.
Especially our TSA workers. TSA workers, like, I just encourage all of y'all, as y'all are going through the airport, like, don't be dismissive. Like, I feel like there's a lot of federal government workers that people don't really fully appreciate until they need something. I would just ask. Like, kindness goes a long way, especially in this moment. I would just ask that, like, literally, if you are traveling, to just thank a TSA worker. Like, thank them for their service, because they're showing up and they are some of our least paid workers. And they are really going through it right now. So you may have TSA workers that are like, forget it. Like, I gotta go find me another job, which means that those lines get a lot longer. And there is the risk.
Yes, that's a little bit of an explanation about what's going on. Tehu 63 says, I live in the States, screw Charlemagne. Roland says, Auntie AK, yes, they're having problems now, but conceding will equate to more cuts and higher premiums. I'm on the side of that. I get it. And Momo, the godmother, says it's not just about SNAP benefits. Healthcare is tied into this as well. Yes, it is. That is why Dems are standing on business. So most Americans' healthcare won't double and triple in costs, which has happened to some. Exactly. That is tied into more. And that's the reason why they're standing on business. I get it. I really do get it. We can only just send thoughts and prayers and love to everyone that's suffering under this.
You're on mute, Far.
Sorry, I was just going to say, we've got things happening over here as well. The Labour government are proposing to cut benefits by 50% next year.
Yeah,
so
I missed
there's
that.
shit happening.
Yeah. They're basically doing the same shit. It's like they seem to listen to.
Yeah, they do. We said
they're following Trump, and then Keir is like, "Yep, gonna do that one as well. Let's add that in the pocket." But no, they are really going after the benefits. And you can see it in sight. I feel like within the next 10 years, there's going to be a proposal to stop child benefit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's going to be one of the easiest ones for them to be like, look, let's just take that one away, and then they'll start from there to do more to just remove state benefits. But within 50 years, I don't know, unless the people rise up and we're like, as a civilized society, we should always have some type of a safety net for our citizens, they will get rid of it.
So I think what I was looking for, trying to see about this benefits cuts in the UK, so we can get some UK news up in this. So this is about 8 months ago, but then there's been a U-turn on, because it was looking like the cuts were affecting disability. But let's go.
The other day, it might not be video footage, but there's definitely articles from even like the 1st of November.
All right. So yeah, all right. So we will once that gets circulated a bit more. Oh, getting crazy feedback.
I can get Will Smith. He says, shouldn't the president be negotiating and trying to, at the very least, get a continuous resolution passed? He doesn't seem to be doing anything.
No, what he's doing is waging war on countries like Nigeria for no reason. Yeah. That's what he's doing, and building his freaking ballroom.
He's so on the boring foot.
And his new toilet. And his new golden toilet. That's what he's doing.
Ridiculous.
Like, anyone who's voting, like all those. Oh, I don't know. I mean, and then enabling. Actually, I didn't even get this up. If you want to get some more comments, because just what's going on with ICE, there's more and more crazy ICE videos coming out, which is just insane.
Oh,
the Crystal Locket says decades of overspending caused this. We've maxed out the country's credit limit. I hate when people say this about a country. Decades of overspending. I think it is the most stupid rhetoric to even have in your mind when any type of war comes along. The checkbook is just open. It doesn't matter how much a war costs, they will find the money to do it. But when it comes to actually looking after human beings, looking after them, providing them with care and food, no, we've got no money. Like, are you actually a human? Like, really, it's utterly redundant.
It's stupid. Michael Gilleran, not to get into it, but please, if you're going to come to this channel, you need to understand, and we've said it multiple times, you need saying, why is British obsessed with American politics? We never think about you guys at all. Well, you should actually think about British politics.
You know what? Wait a second.
Or just go away.
I'm going to say after you. Carry on.
Because the UK is actually in bed with your country. Yeah. So what happens in your country? We literally just said our political leaders copy what your political leaders do. So we are in bed together, unfortunately. So we do have to keep an eye on your fucking politics because it affects us over fucking here. And it is the world. Donald Trump is talking about going to war with Nigeria. We are of the diaspora. We are Black, African and Caribbean people. He's bombing waters in fucking Caribbean waters in the name of war on drugs. So yes, we need to keep a fucking eye on your politics. Okay.
Also, if you don't care about us, get the fuck out of here then.
Exactly.
Come the fuck out. If you don't care what us Black British people have got to say, fuck off. Bye.
That's it.
Dickhead.
You're so stupid. And I know you're probably a bot, but you're just stupid. But also, just for anyone in the chat that doesn't understand why we talk about the global politics of the world, your president is called the leader of the free world.
But like it's not a flex to celebrate ignorance.
Either
we don't think about y'all. Dude, like, please give your brain to somebody else.
While in our chat, watching our fucking panel, idiot.
You're so dumb.
Idiot.
Billy Big
We don't care about you. Get the fuck out.
So proud of me. I'm so proud of being stupid. I'm so proud I don't know anything else but the people around me in my bubble. Yeah, we shouldn't wait.
The way Farrah says, fuck off.
Yeah. Exactly. Get out of here. Exactly, little shit. Two of the ladies from Ghana. Nigeria is very close to Ghana. So Trump making threats to West Africa very much affects the African diaspora. Yes. Yeah. And we could be freaking Irish girls. And if we want to talk about it, we bloody will. Dickhead. And then what? Here goes another American story. How about ICE? Because you know what? We just spoke about Wole Soyinka, famed laureate. I can't even get the title of what he's titled. Laureate. He's freaking been deported. He can't go back into the country that he had access to. He's Nigerian, African, because of you lot's ICE, because of your president's ICE madness.
Oh God.
God damn it. So this I don't know if you see, I I don't know because I saw a couple. I saw two, which really upset me. There were two ICE raids, and it's just going too far. There was a guy that was his child was. Let me just put this on me and just see what happens. His son was in his arms or something, and oh no, they drove the car with the baby in the background. Like they took the guy, and then they took the baby who was in the car seat and drove the car. They got in with big rifles or whatever whatever the fuck they're called. Sat in the chair and drove the child. Do you know how much? Anyway, let's talk.
18-month-old daughter, Alaya, and the Christmas tree they had just put up with his wife, Juliana.
Salimos como siempre.
Zapata says they left as usual yesterday morning to take Juliana to her job at Burger King when agents pulled them over, started banging on the windows, and demanding his driver's license.
As soon as she rolled down the window, they opened all of the doors, they got in, and they started to forcibly manhandle him and her because they were recording.
Soon, a crowd gathered around the vehicle and started shouting at the agents. Zapata says he clung to his wife and daughter as long as he could. He believes agents used a taser glove on him and caused him to have a seizure.
I never meant to let go of my wife and not hold her because I never wanted to let her go. I didn't want them to take her, but when they did that to me, I lost consciousness.
Immigration officials say they called 911 for Zapata, but that he refused medical care. They say Juliana Zapata was already facing criminal charges for allegedly attacking a co-worker in August with a pair of scissors.
Is your wife dangerous and violent?
Que si tu esposa es violenta o peligrosa.
No, 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 no.
Zapata says the struggle with ICE left him and his daughter with scrapes and bruises. He says his wife is now locked up near Portland, Maine, and that he's spoken to her by phone.
Entonces dice que no ha comido.
She says she hasn't eaten. It's very cold. She's still breastfeeding the baby, and so she's suffering that as well.
Carlos Zapata says he does not yet know what he will do if his wife is deported back to their home country of Ecuador. He says his daughter was born here in the United States as an American citizen, and he wants her to grow up in a country that's safe. Live in Fitchburg, David Beanick, WCBB News Center 5.
That one was just so distressing. Distressing. It's crazy. I don't know. Man, I just don't even know. It's flipping crazy.
1 second. Thank you, Sora, so much. Appreciate you.
Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just so distressing, Nana. Like you said, like there's a child there. So they just stop for nothing then. Nothing at all can stop these people from carrying out what they want to do, and they're not even lawmakers. They're still half the time. It's just crazy. And they're arresting people based on looks. Oh, you look like an immigrant. I saw ICE trying to stop some indigenous Americans, and they were like, the woman, thank God, was not having none of it. She was like, "Nah, mate, I've been here. You're new round here.
Right?
You're coming for me. I'm here. I'm born and bred here. I'm from here. Who are you?"
I'm trying to find a video. I saw a clip of, because there's a lot of, and I want to understand how You've been told, you've been warned, yeah?
Yeah.
This time, what do you guys honestly feel about the digital ID laws being proposed? We will get to that because you've done that.
You need to up it, dude.
Yeah, up it some more. We might deal with that.
Up it. You're lucky you didn't get banned, but I think your next round we need to see some 20s coming through. Okay.
Yeah. And we will get to that in a second. We have spoken about that, but I saw a video and I should have saved it of the amount of black and brown agents there are that are doing this, and that is, and I literally saw something, I didn't get a chance to save it, and this was a group of black agents, and it's like, what? How can you? But I want to understand. And not to justify it in any way, shape, or form. What's their payment? What do they get? Because do they get us? Because if you need a job, there's that. If you're appealing to people that don't have the money, and like, do you know what? A job is a job is a job. There is that. So I'm not excusing it.
That is how they get them. That is precisely how they get them. It's like flipping on a lesser level the folks that they get to be ticketing, like the
yes.
They go after communities, and people are already at a level of desperation within their own lives. You have this job, And there has to be some type of incentives that they are doing for the rounding up. There has to be. Because the inhumane ways that they are going after people, you're being incentivized for it. And then there was a report that there were people who could have been criminals, like they hadn't been trained properly, they hadn't been drug tested, and they were getting ready to go on the beat, basically, to go on the job and be ICE officials. No, it's lawless.
It's horrible.
Like, that's what breaks my heart about it, because just the guys were still pulling him and he's having a seizure. Like, what are you? Are you on something? Because you know they trial on soldiers, like they give them pills and stuff.
Agents,
and to go through what you would think to be a danger or some type of humanity. I wonder if they're giving these guys pills.
That's the thing, because like how I'm seeing them go against, it's like, what's the logic? And I guess when it turns into that thing, that barrier between humanity and Neanderthal and beast-like mentality, when you lose your humanity and you see whatever you see and just go into it, and it's like a very condensed or accelerated twist of emotions where you don't give a fuck about anything. You can see a baby, you can see a woman, you can see a vulnerable person, and don't give a damn and just throw them anyway, anyhow, and just not care for their humanity. Because at the end of the day, if they're illegal, so the fuck what? Like, at this stage, you can round them up if you want to. That's your job. Round them up. Do you have to be violent? Do you have to? And if they run, it's like we say with police in general, police brutality. If someone runs a stoplight or do you have to be so hell bent on getting them in that moment, especially if you don't have much information? Bar they did a little kind of maybe a traffic misdemeanor or something like that. But then you go gung ho and you end up either in some way, shape, or managing to kill them or brutally attack them because your ego kicks into gear and you can't control yourself. And if you are a knockout, like, that's amazing what I thought.
But they're doing things as well, like they're going to court. They're going to court to find people who are actually going through the process of becoming legal.
Yeah, there you go.
They've followed all the correct steps that they need to follow, and they're going to the court to do this.
Yeah.
They're hanging around, waiting for them there and nicking them.
Yeah. When they've paid money, because that's the whole thing. They've already started the process. They've already paid money. And also it doesn't matter because they have had people where they have status to be there and they still deported them.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's like, yes, you are not an official citizen, but you do have a visa. You do have status to actually be in the US. And they're like, you know what? No, you don't anymore. We're revoking it. Sending you back.
Then when they deport them, they're like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do for you. Did it by mistake. Do you remember the guy that they deported by mistake? And they said, oh, we can't do him. Sorry, we can't. There's nothing we can do. It was a mistake.
And at this point, there's thousands of people in the case. What's their follow story? What are they? Because how many families are sitting there like, I don't even know where my child, my wife, my husband, my brother, my family member, I don't even know where they are in the world. At this, they got taken, and that's it. And how many will never ever hear from those people again? Because that's going to happen.
There's a guy on who's been posted now. Actually, his family have asked the people that originally posted it to remove it, but you can still see it. And he's sobbing outside of a place. Like, he's on the ground sobbing because they took his wife for 5 years and they took her from like a court facility.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any idea where she is. He managed to track her phone to, I think it was a center. And when he got there was no signal anymore. When he asked the police about it, they said, oh, well, you just have to make a report.
Because that's wait for her to turn up. He's got to wait for her to turn up wherever she gets deported to turn up. And if that happens, in the fullness of time, we'll know if that even takes place. But Five from the South says, wow, this is 1933 all over again. This is how it was when Hitler first came into power in Germany. The rich Jews ran away early. People in the USA need to read history to see how this ends.
Yeah, it's true.
As they do, they stop.
So you look a certain way, so we're going to clap you. And then even if you're showing them your papers, they actually don't give a shit.
No.
Yeah.
And you know that they are going to set something up. It's in the playbook already. Project 2025.
Yeah, exactly.
They have it. You want something big to take place where a majority of the country are like, we're too unstable for an election to take place. And then Trump stays longer. They are setting it up for this big instability to take place. So then it's just like he doesn't go. Like he is there basically, you know, as a president or dictator forever until he goes.
Till he plops his clogs.
Or JD Vance takes over because he's kind of young.
Yeah, exactly. And with his new wife.
Fuck. Lord knows, Lord knows.
Listen. Yeah, it's crazy. It's horrible seeing it. And yeah, I don't know what goes through a black or brown person's mind. They think this is okay. And just generally all of them, every single, I don't know how they feel when they get home.
If you just do to who's, he's American.
Okay. They are handing out ICE jobs, no college. Oh, they are handing out ICE jobs, no college degrees required, minimal background checks, huge salaries, huge bonuses, student loan forgivenesses, and the new ad recruitment campaigns target white men. Now, that's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted to understand. The salaries, bonuses, student loan forgiveness. All of those things. What are the perks behind the recruitment? And it's interesting.
So now they want white men to be. Well, America, you know, watch Handmaid's Tale. Because there are so many different parallels in there. I'm like, boy, if you guys want to follow after Christian nationalists, before you know it, flipping working in their homes.
But when you watch the Handmaid's Tale, there's also the women facilitators. There's all the people that are just aid it. It's crazy. You'll always find, this is what we're seeing, people that you would think that you'd have empathy, heart, and know better, that your student loan is worth more than human lives and just human, like, common decency.
I mean, it's no different to me than the guy that was in the comment talking about the coffers are running dry.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
The same thing. It's like, where is your empathy for your fellow human, where you may be able to fund your generations for a couple of generations? You may have enough money to do that, and I'd like to know how you got that money as well, because I bet you it wasn't through means that all of us have had access to. But when other people don't have that, you're like, well, the well's run dry now, so figure it out. Like, just do it. Okay. There will always be people that don't care.
We're not surprised at all about where you lot are, Slicer Dizzle. We're not surprised at all. We know who voted for Trump, and it's not even funny anymore to say to all the Latina community people that voted for Trump, thinking that their proximity to whiteness would keep them exempt. And now look at what's happening. It's not even funny.
For Donald Trump. Remember when they were there dancing away?
Someone said that Dean Cain, the old Superman series guy, was 25 at some point. He was all over the place. Imagine, and that's the worst, when what's coming out from Palestine and what's going on in Palestine to this ICE stuff. The people that are coming out, you're like, oh shit, I liked your show, I read your book, I watched your film, and now
you're a crazy fucking maniac.
All right, let's move on. Momo the Godmother said that song is a banger. Sorry.
It is. That's why it stays in my head. I will vote for Donald Trump.
I even laugh because look at what's going on. Mate. All right, for the UK, back to the UK now. We'll leave you Americans alone for a little second. So, the morning after pill, we haven't spoken about that, it's very important, is now available in high street pharmacies for free. Women in England can now access the morning after pill for free at nearly 10,000 community pharmacies without needing a GP appointment, in what NHS England calls the biggest change to sexual health services since the 1960s. Because usually over here it costs, I don't know if it's gone up, but it was £25 a pop if you needed to fix your business after an STI.
Or panic when the condom breaks, or you realise you've missed a pill and you're scrambling to get the morning after pill. Well, there's actually some good news in the NHS for once. From now on, you can walk into loads of NHS pharmacies across England and get a morning after pill for free. No GP appointment, no waiting for a clinic, and it is completely confidential. Now, it has already been free if you come see a GP or a sexual health clinic, but getting it from a pharmacy has been a bit of a postcode lottery. So in some areas it's been free, and in other areas you've had to pay, I think, about up to £30. So not really very fair, especially when time matters, because emergency contraception needs to be taken quickly. So usually within 3 to 5 days of unprotected sex, but the sooner you take it, the better. So just being able to walk into your local pharmacy can make a big difference. The government are calling it an end to unfair barriers, and I do agree. This is a positive step forward for women's health. So if you or someone you know ever needs a morning after pill, remember you can now get it free at your local NHS pharmacy.
That's nice. That's what a PSA.
That's good news, but my PSA would be: don't think that the morning after pill is a good use of contraception.
100%.
Literally an emergency contraceptive. That's
it. I don't like this, to be fair. I would. It should be free, but I feel like there needed to be like a barrier to entry. So I know it's really hard to get to a GP and everything else. Maybe it's more of a clinic setup, like, because there are some walk-in clinics, but some way that it's registered that you at this month you've got the pill. It should be free though, but you managed to get it. And so it's limited to how many times you can get that pill, because it's not easy. It affects your body. It does things to your body. And already women's health isn't researched enough to know what the effects are on your body when you've taken the morning after pill. You don't know what that long-term damage is. And I would hate, it's not even just young people, but young people to anybody just thinking this is a method as well. Like this can be a part of our wheelhouse in having sex. I would hate that becomes a thing. How many times? I think I've taken it twice, and I was sick, very sick. From
the dosage of estrogen in it is extremely high. It's like a month's worth of a pill. Remember the morning after pill used to be like, I think it was 2 pills.
It was 2 pills
to begin with, and then they made it 1 pill.
Yes.
So but the dosage, as I said, in it is crazy. It's crazy. It does fuck up your body. Absolutely. It can make you feel sick. And the other thing to really remember, it doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't.
A lot of morning after pill babies.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'd like to understand the uptake and how that will cause, because there are, as she said, you can get it from your GP and you can go to a walk-in clinic and get it, and especially if you like, those appointments are kind of easier to kind of get if you're in that situation. So there are places you can go to get free morning after pill, but so I'm not sure if I'm mad at it being free if I go to Boots. And I'm not sure about the registration of it. I think there's something about the limitations. I don't know how you do that, but I think there's something, because also it's interesting that this is, let me acknowledge this.
17 months.
Sistren is one of our first.
She's
from A1
like long-standing member, but also just follower, long-standing.
And supporter. And she said you can collect condoms for free at their sexual health clinic. The morning after should be free. Sanitary wear costs a fortune, periods are not by choice. Definitely think pads should be free. But going back to my point, it's interesting that this is happening now, and especially again back to America. What's happening with the abortion laws and restrictions, and where we thought there were rumblings that it was going to happen over here. So with this coming in, it feels like, okay, has that taken a little bit of a step back? So, but it'd be interesting because then there's the thing, because even down to like the period apps, where in America they're even looking at using period apps to track people whether they're going to have abortion, if they do that baby. So I'm just wondering about the data entry point if they were to register every time you were to take the morning after pill. So I have concerns around that.
I think it should be registered, because any
medical,
like, what's the word I'm looking for? Any medicine of a certain grade that you get, you should have to actually register that you're doing it. Because I'm in agreement with Nana, and that's why I said what I said to begin with. I think people will use it like it's another form of contraception, and it's not. It's an emergency, and it should be limited the amount of times you take it. If someone is going to different pharmacies every other week, or every other day, taking the morning after pill, that's not right. It should you should actually have to give your details. Here, my name is Farrah, blah blah blah, and it should come up on a register. This is the last time that you took it. I actually think that it should be free, 100%, but there needs to be some record of it.
There has to be some. I do agree. I do
on your NHS file, like just in the same way.
Yeah, on that. Yeah.
You know,
right.
like it's even getting antibiotics. So that they can see how many times that it hasn't been working when you're taking antibiotics. It should be like that. It should be on your NHS file when you go and get it. Just a registration of it, because I just feel like if not, in 10 years' time, this will be another women's health issue that will be like, there was that period of time when people were just taking the morning after pill, and this is now the effects on their fertility. There are so many things. Our fertility is getting worse year on year, as it is. Now, adding in something else, hormone-based, that people can take, that can affect their fertility. I think we have to obviously anything fertility is always going to strike me more than most anyway, but I just think we play around with our fertility a lot. And when the numbers are now, when I was first trying, it was like 1 in 6 couples were going to face it, and now it's 1 in 3. Shit has taken place. This is just 13 years ago when it was 1 in 6. We can't play around with that. Before these things scare me, that it is going to be so scarce and so hard for people to get pregnant naturally that you have to go to pharmaceutical way in order to have a child. And that feels like that's what they're trying to do to us, especially over here in the West. It feels like they are trying to have humans just feed shit and make money for people. Like, I don't know what they're doing with all of this money. If you have all the money in the world, what does it do? Like, I don't get it. But it just feels like they're setting us up for a trap.
Yvonne says, unfortunately, some women take the morning after pill like they're taking Smarties. I know someone who used to have unprotected sex and would go to the local clinic to get it for free. In the end, she got implants. Cher says, I think if it's registered somewhere, it might scare people and force them to keep children they don't want or do something unsafe. Five from the Sun says, the best emergency contraceptive has been oil. It's scientifically measured in Kenya and India. Neem oil is 100% effective against pregnancy. It even cures HIV. I don't know about that part. And I want to be careful with that because I don't know. There's not enough evidence. It could be true about neem oil and HIV, but that one I don't know. The best contraception is abstinence. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and obviously there's always the comments about women closing their legs and men just having to wave their willies whenever they want. The pharmacy will let your GP know. I'm a GP, and we get emails from pharmacies with the medicines they've independently prescribed. I didn't know that.
Okay, that's good.
Hold on, because I know in younger years I've taken the morning after pill. I can't take the normal pill because it just makes me bleed constantly. And that's it. I don't get any other side effects. I've taken the morning after pill. And it's true that, you know what, what's not, and not like Smarties, absolutely not. But I remember there was a time when I was super paranoid before I got pregnant. So even if the condom was still on, sometimes I might be like, oh, what happened? Or be scared. And I didn't think about the ingredients. I didn't know it was, if you ever feel any suspicion or you think that you're pregnant, get the morning after pill just in case. So I know I've taken it when I was younger just as a just in case. Like, and not even really knowing that actually you know you're not pregnant, but let me just take it. Yeah, and that was the ease of it, and it wasn't easy because them days I go to the clinic, and when it became £30, I was a bit more discerning, and I was never reckless. Anyway,
this is the thing. I remember when you could get it free if you went to the clinic, but then we're young, so it's like you have that way. That isn't for all women. And then when it became like, oh, you're going to pay for it, then you think about your cycle more. And so I just don't want it to be like it's easy for folks. even if they think it's easy and they're a bit reckless, and then it's like, but I could just go to the pharmacy, and then they learn that way that it ain't that easy. I just want there to be really clear guidelines so that women know this is what it is. But realistically, all of the hormones that they want you to put in your body, it's like you have to use more discernment. There's too many people that is when they want a child, and then they think back on, fuck, I did this, I did that, and now it's harder. And it's like, nobody needs that heartache. So if you can mitigate it, and if especially young people know, dude, you can be like, oh, I'm going to wait until I'm 35. Some people can do that, not everybody. And get checked out to know that you actually have the facilities available for you to wait until you're 40 to have a child. Like, just look into your sexual health a little bit more. I think more women need to know that actually you get taught not to be having sex but actually think about, if you do want a child, make sure that your body is in the right state so that you are able to have one.
There we go. Let's move on to the next one. It's what time are we wrapping up, guys? Are we going to
it's a school night. It's 10:30 now.
All right, we'll go one
Give
o'clock.
some non-swings, or is there a good story? Go on.
I mean,
for it.
they're all good stories, but now I should have. Let me see. Any more comments while I figure my life out?
You doing nonsense?
I wasn't going to, but I was just thinking that maybe actually I can.
I'd rather not finish.
Okay, so we have Will Smith says, is this motivated more because of women's rights or trying to eliminate disparity from those on low income as opposed to public health implications? Don't know. Tough Cookie T says, but maybe there should be therapy or something after, or given more information rather than putting a price to be cautioned. Sora says there should be a record for the morning after pill, for especially at the pharmacy. The side effects are unknown if you take it too much as well. And Caesar says anything that is free isn't always good for you, ladies.
Very true.
There is that too.
I don't know. I didn't have time to find videos, new funny videos. This one was an old one, but this woman was just randomly about a man having a happy meal. She was carrying.
What are you doing?
It's none of your business. I need my lunch.
That's a happy meal.
Yeah, I'm not very happy now. Thank you. What's your point?
Why are you getting a kids meal?
It's the cheapest thing on the menu, but it's not really any of your business, is it? I'm trying to have my lunch.
Sorry, where are your children?
What the hell?
Who said this is for children? It's a happy meal.
I just, this man has just come in and bought a happy meal.
And what's wrong with that?
But where have you put the kids?
What do you mean where have I put the kids? It's for me.
Where's your car?
What kind of question is this? Why are you asking me a million questions? So what have I done to you? What have I actually done to you?
I just find it a bit suspicious that you've gone into McDonald's.
Yeah, this can't be real.
You find it suspicious that I've gone to McDonald's to buy a happy meal?
Yeah.
And I don't have a kid? How is that any of your business? What papers? Who reads the papers? It's 2024.
Okay, do you not read the papers online?
Okay, but who cares what I read online?
Go to some weird island with these kids. Now some people just don't know
You're talking about Epstein's Island?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with my happy meal? He might have a happy meal there. You're not stopping him. But I'm working for myself and I'm hungry and you're disturbing my lunch.
I'm sorry, but that ain't a lunch.
Because I'm having a happy meal.
So as neighbourhood watch, that's what we're there for.
No, look. What are you talking about? Why can't I have a happy meal?
Buying happy meals for children and just seeing where the children are.
Listen, not that it's any of your business, but this is all I can afford. Yeah, it's the cheapest thing in the menu. I need a full meal.
Because there's a saver menu and it's 99 pence.
Is that right?
Yes, this is right.
Well, this is what I wanted. I chose to have this. Maybe I got a book. Maybe I got a book. Maybe I got a book. Yeah.
And that's your excuse, is it?
It's not an excuse. It's my lunch. There's no excuse for having lunch. I can do whatever I want.
We'll be going in, we'll be looking at the cameras, or we'll be making a note of your car and seeing
What?
exactly where you're going and what you're doing. I'm just letting you know. I'm just
Sorry,
letting
and
you
who
know.
are you here with?
I'm in neighbourhood watch.
Yeah? You just left your kids inside there to come and complain about me and McDonald's.
I can see them quite clearly who you do. How do you know that I had kids? Why are you looking at my kids? Are you joking?
Are you crazy?
No,
You're actually
no,
crazy.
no,
I saw your kids were crying in there when I was waiting for this for about 5 minutes.
Get your eyes off my kids.
I'm trying to have my eyes on my meal. You get your eyes off my Happy Meal and let me be happy, eat my meal in peace. Are you filming me as well?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Evidence of what? A man trying to mind his own business to eat his Happy Meal. It has made you unhappy. My Happy Meal has made you unhappy. Do you know how...
Wow. I don't think it's not real. I think it's actually, yeah, exactly. We have Karens too. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do have Karens. We have a lot of Karens. A lot.
I mean, we the original. Like the Karens here are the original ones.
The original British white women.
In fact, our Karens are called Catherine. Like that woman's
Okay. If you saw a man sitting outside with a Happy Meal and no kids around, what would you think? I wouldn't film him.
He wants to get a cheap meal.
I've bought a Happy Meal before.
He hasn't gone somewhere with a bunch of, and even if he came in, right, and bought 10 Happy Meals, I'm just gonna think he's going to feed kids.
Me too.
And even if I saw him sitting down eating a Happy Meal, I'm just gonna think he got the cheapest thing on the menu because it comes with a drink.
Yes. I've had a Happy Meal before.
Come with a drink. You have to buy the individual items.
Otherwise,
it's a random thing. Like I've had a Happy Meal. You just get the 4 nuggets. It's less nuggets. It's less chips.
Yeah.
It's less McDonald's to eat, and I wanted McDonald's. Like getting a Happy Meal used to be very standard for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it. I don't care. The toys could be collected. Like it's just not that deep.
And to be fair,
I don't want the toy. Like when I used to eat McDonald's, that's what I would say. I don't need the toy.
And also, to be fair, you could be a collector of the toys. You know, there's people out there with
that part. There's sometimes like little toys that they want to collect. You're absolutely right.
Momo said, I had a Happy Meal last week. LOL. For nuggets. Slicer did also bit of an odd point, but what ethnicity was the guy? The lady said Epstein's Island sounds like she's been brainwashed on grooming gangs. He didn't sound white to be in my.
He sounded Asian in my ear.
Yeah, sounded like something else.
Yeah, he didn't sound white to me at all.
And then it's that. Like you could literally be looking at Asian, like, oh, you're grooming. You're about to come and groom a bunch of kids. I mean, to be fair, I would be playing. Oh, that's really weird what I was going to say. But he's eating the food. If he was playing with the toy and just sitting there, I'd be like, okay, what's he doing trying to attract kids to say, oh, what's that toy? There's ways that he could do it. That exactly. That's what, yeah, exactly. Five from the Sun says a Happy Meal is a Slimmer's meal.
That's why you forget it. It's precisely that. When you want to eat something that's a little light. But that's if that is real, he was talking to her for far too long. Yeah, well, my food is getting like you've got your big belly. Please take your big belly back into.
How do you know I've got kids?
If I was in debate mode, I would have just been for the bands. I'd be like, "You are what?" The fact that she was filming though, that's the only thing. Like, take the fucking phone off me as well. Like, I dare you. Yeah. But I haven't seen the counters. I mean, she's probably got nowhere to put it anyway. Like, go check the neighborhood watch. Dickhead.
Idiot.
Honestly.
Anyway, taking absolute piss.
Oh dear, what an idiot.
Well, that was a funny video. Any kind of, can we say thank you to
Farrah just dropped one in.
Oh, is it where? I'm not looking, I can't see.
WhatsApp if you've got it open.
It's nonsense. Right. But it's funny.
Let's go to the nonsense files. Oh, why's my WhatsApp closed? There we go.
You know what? Warning 1A. Somebody else has said this in our comments before.
Say it again.
Black women seem nicer than American black women. I like you guys. Can we be friends? What? I mean, obviously we can be friends, but why does there have to be a comparison? Because it's like, I know American black women and they are just like us. They're fine. I don't. But somebody else left a comment a while ago saying similar, and I was like, what is this? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen that comment.
That's not what I just put in there, but you can show this though.
But
this is not. It is nonsense, though.
But it's more. It went into more politics, right?
Yeah, but it is nonsense.
All right, let's go.
Deborah Messing, formerly of Will and Grace. Are you okay? I'm going to answer it for you. You're not. So as a fellow New Yorker, I've been following the mayoral race for the last year. And I've also been following some of the celebrities, specifically Deborah Messing, that have been a lot Islamophobic with their millions of followers on social media. So Deborah Messing, in a span of 24 hours, posted 100 different posts because she's crashing out over the fact that Zohran Mamdani is going to be the mayor of New York City. Let me just highlight just some of what Deborah has done that has been Islamophobic. On Election Day, she reposted a meme originating from the Instagram account, The Persian Jewess. The contrasted two options, a Democrat, just a Democrat, versus an actual communist jihadist. A literal Karl Marx quoting American-hating jihadists. This second option was clearly meant to reference Mamdani. She then reposted a video calling Mamdani, quote, Osama bin Mamdani. And in one Instagram comment, she wrote that she voted, quote, against M because he celebrated 9/11. I just don't want a mayor who sides with terrorists. The M in the quote is seen to refer to Mamdani. Sidebar, Zohran Mamdani in 2001, when 9/11 happened, was 9 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more. She publicly encouraged her followers to vote for Andrew Cuomo, you know, the one that sexually harassed 13 women and had to step down from his job as governor. Yeah, that one. Instead of Mamdani arguing that New York, quote, does not feel safe right now under Mamdani's candidacy. So one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is that an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So even if you are not of the Muslim faith, rhetoric like this is dangerous because, first of all, it was a lot of misinformation, and Deborah Messing should be held accountable when you have such a large platform. And her crashing out already tells you her state of mind, because you can't be a reasonable person crashing out like this over the election. That was fair. And a lot of the information, again, that she's spreading is misinformation. Please go touch some grass. And I
love touch some grass. I love that expression.
Oh, Deborah, and I loved Will and Grace.
I'm so disappointed, but it's like Friends, like David Schwimmer.
Yes.
Oh, was he one as well?
And he was like my favorite, and like it's hard.
It's hard.
That was raised in the 90s.
Oh man,
I know.
I mean, did you see? I mean, Sean Hannity was crying on Fox News that Mamdani got in. It's like
crying.
They were saying as well, like, wasn't they said 9% of New Yorkers are going to leave.
Let's see what happens.
And then someone said, I hope they do, because then that means that there'll be 9% of houses available. Yay!
Oh my God, that is such a shame. I didn't know about David Schwimmer either. That is really, really quite sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
All right, then. Let's get into these random celebrity lookalikes. Oh, and I love, what's his name? Oh
Are they cousins? They look like cousins. That's hilarious.
This is one of my favorite basketball. My brain, not James Harden. It's not Harden. It's the other one.
I forget his name too. But yeah, him and Offset. They look like the white version and the black version.
Another one of these. Oh, they did. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. This has been a long.
Yeah. This one is flipping hilarious because it's very uncanny.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, so ASAP and Usher are actually related.
Are they cousins?
Apparently, let's have a look. Let's have a quick Google. ASAP.
But in life, because we watched Ocho Cinco at the NFL thing, he don't look like ASAP in life.
He doesn't look like ASAP in real life.
No.
It's just this picture.
Yes, their first
Apparently
cousin.
that is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry, how can I forget my baby boy, Kevin Durant?
Oh
my God.
Are they first cousins?
Yeah, they're first cousins.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's go. Yes, Kevin bloody Durant. I like him. I do.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. I don't know these people.
I can't see this. I can't see it.
I can't see it. I don't know them.
Not really. Leave Queen Aretha alone. Leave her alone.
But it's true. Wow, Gucci Mane was different now.
Yeah,
No, these two,
Rashad and this guy, yeah.
They need to do something together. Like they
Yeah.
need to act in something together because that is uncanny.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen this one before, and these two definitely look alike. They're so so stupid.
Accurate.
Oh my gosh. And this
Oh
is true.
my word! But that's when he looked like that. Like Little Wayne don't even look like that no
He
more.
doesn't even look like that no more, for real.
Nonsense. I am
Joe Budden won.
very sick.
I like that when they do those things. Celebrities that look alike. It's jokes.
All righty.
Okay.
Thank you to everybody that contributed today. Let's do a roll call of them.
Okay. I mean, we're a little light today. We're a little light.
You're a little light, friends, but
Laura came in.
Thanks, Laura. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Michael the Troll came in with $5, Laura.
You redeemed yourself.
And
We didn't talk about
Fishman has been a member for 17 months. We love you. We love you. We love you.
And just because we didn't talk about the ID thing, we've spoken about it before. We don't think it's going to be a good thing. It's dangerous. They'll be able to control us even more. The only thing I feel like is I don't walk around with my passport. So it would be that is the only part of having an ID card would be great because when you go to places, a little card's better than walking with a passport that can easily be lost. But yeah, other than that, it's a dangerous thing. I don't like it. Not fan.
Yeah, I don't trust. Oh, we've got some money coming. I don't trust that making shit at all. Citron!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Sora came back again.
Oh, Yura. Thank you for yesterday. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, you did come through and our members live. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Yes, for real. And you guys should sign up to our membership because we do lives and we will be working towards doing more lives with our members as well. Because obviously we still need to do a jukebox session. So
yes, we do need to do that. But also yesterday we did a day out.
Oh yes.
And you know, if you sign up to be a member, you may get to come out with the aunties.
What's your red lipstick, Farrah? Paprika Honey's asking about your lipstick.
Ruby Woo.
Mac.
Ruby. That is from Mac.
It's from Mac.
Yeah.
Mac, guys.
Black girl favorite. Ruby Woo. Can't go wrong.
I love it.
It is the one. It's the one for black girls. Yeah, that's exactly right, Yvonne. That's exactly why. And I hate walking my passport. I have a paranoia that I'll lose it and it'll be a critical time. So I don't like walking with it. And they do. They don't like pictures of it. Oh, Rochelle. Thank you. Member for 15 months. 11K and rising. Yes, someone said we reached
11K.
Oh, thank you.
We got there. That is the quickest we have had a 1K rise. It's been like basically, I think 4 weeks or something, and it usually takes us so long to grow. So that's great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
On the road to 20K.
People have a good week.
We are. All right, my guys. Have a wonderful week. I have to blow this. Yeah, I hear it, Roland. I hear it, but I just scared. I don't drive. That's the thing. That's the problem. So that's why I can't walk with that either. Anyway, guys, stop trying to talk to us. We got to go. Good night. Have a blessed weekend. Bye. We'll
Somebody's asking if we would go on tour.
Answer the tour question on our members live.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.